welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Friday the 12th of December 2025, and I'm coming to you feeling like I'm in a ship really, because it's extremely windy. We've had bins blowing down the street, maybe some students blowing down the street, that'd be good. We've got like telephone wires going like this, we've got cats all over the house because nobody can go outside, so we've got Leia and we've got Val. Say hi girls. Yeah, Val's just having a hi baby, you want to say hello? Hi. Hi sweetheart. Oh, she's like, that's hello, a bit like a frog. Yes, and it's all a little bit kind of, the windows are going dig 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 like that. It's here. So it's very exciting. And we are going to hear about in the meadow, in the ancient meadow, as opposed to the modern meadow. I don't know. Oh, someone walking down the street. It's very, very brave. Can't really talk much about the fashion because it's mostly a hooded jacket with the hood up. Okay. At dawn, there's the picture. The meadow is strewn with cobwebs, which appear from nowhere and drape the stubble of plants, glistening with early morning dew or frost. Footprints in the mud suggest the meadow has been busy at night. Foxes, deer and badgers roam the land while hedgehogs sleep. Sit quietly for a while and you may see a stoat, zigzagging across the furthest edges of the meadow, in its ditches or close to a boundary, but never out in the open. They search each area thoroughly, seeking out food. Stoats eat mainly small mammals, particularly rabbits and water voles. But they also take smaller prey such as mice and short-tailed field voles, and even earthworms when food is scarce. They kill all but the largest prey with a single bite to the back of the neck, and are sometimes seen dragging their prey under cover. Hardcore. Stoats are known to take over the dens of other animals, including former prey such as rabbits. In winter, they line their stolen dens with rodent fur, often the fur of their prey. That's all a bit Clarice, isn't it? Stoats are masters of camouflage and can turn completely white in winter to blend in with the snow. I did not know this. Did you know this, Val? Val, are you doing your OnlyFans routine again? I hope you're not. You've been warned. This rarely happens in mild regions, but is common in the north of England and in Scotland, where temperatures are lower and chances of snowfall are higher. In Ireland and the Isle of Man, the stoat is a separate subspecies and does not turn white. The transformation to ermine, which is white stoat, is gradual and triggered by day length and temperature change. Initially, a few white hairs might appear on the face, and then I know how it feels, and then the white hairs gradually cover the rest of the body. Some stoats turn completely white except for the black tip on a tail, while others retain brown hairs on the face or other parts of the body. Process can take anything from a few weeks to a couple of months. Well, we are now much better versed, all of us, on the common or garden or meadow stoat. What comes next is megalith of the month. Okay, so also today we are using Winter Pastures Lenormand, which was sent to me by lovely Rachel, and I'm very, very excited about using it. I did do a pick a card, which I'm still doing, and I used it in that. So there. Amazing. So thank you to the lovely Rachel. And let's see. Ooh. Don't know if you can hear it. Can you hear the wind? It's really quite spectacular. It whistles. It whistles like the rigging of a ship as well. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the telephone wires or... But it's a good noise. Oof. So Lenormand I always read in a cross. So we'll have a look at it on the table. Oof. And you know I don't always read it exactly how you're supposed to read Lenormand. Oh, I love that one. Okay, let's see if we can even see it. Of course we can't. Almost. Right, let's put that there. Put that there. Yeah. So if I go like that, we'll kind of lose some of it. So I'll hold the cards up a bit. Okay, we'll start with the Tower in the middle. Swing. Institutions, isolation, authority. So in tarot, the Tower is more seen as the edifice that's coming down through some kind of sudden thing, like an electrical storm or something like that. In Lenormand, it's more about an edifice that is standing there like a monolith, actually. It's like, this is what this stands for, and this building is secure. So there's something here about authority and having the wisdom to question it, but I'm also getting that sometimes that's a bit of a curse. You know, when you can't see what's wrong with things, you can skate along on the surface. And let's say this was about work. You'd be the ideal employee because you don't see anything wrong in anything. You're just like, la la la, you know, I'm doing my job. I don't look into things. But we have the owl at the top. Wisdom, intuition and foresight. Okay? Some of you, this is a situation in family. It can be like, in families, relationships get locked down, you know, they get into, this is what I do with you, and this is what you do with me, and this is how we relate to each other, and this is how it's always been, you know, these sorts of traps. And it feels as if there is wisdom that something needs to change in a certain relationship, institution, way of looking at the world, whatever it happens to be, that's got kind of set in stone. And very interesting, because we then get the path, which is alternative routes and perseverance. And it feels as if you're almost having to canvas to persuade someone else, and it could be a work thing, and it could be a home thing, and it could just be a you thing. I don't know, maybe you're canvassing, you know, your doubting self. But there is another way to go, and you sort of want to do it, and it's inconvenient and maybe a bit difficult and a bit chancy in some ways, and yet you still kind of want to, and I like that. Then we have the key. I do love me a key. I do. I really hate, this is so old-fashioned, I hate all these modern plastic doors with their generic keys. It's so boring. I love a good, like, proper key like that. And you know, when you see on the cathedral or wherever else it is, when you find one of those really old doors that's about that thick and it's got like cast, what is it, it's iron sort of diamonds on it, you know, and then a massive kadoing key. I'm into that. But anyway, I digress. So we have the key, which is solutions, opportunities, success. And this is kind of, this is like the monolith in the middle, and that's the alternative path to the side. And the key is to have the wisdom, intuition and foresight to see an alternative path. But like with the Five of Pentacles in tarot, taking an alternative path can be a bit lonely and a bit obscure. But, this is one of my favourite excuse me, Lenormand cards, the bear. Love the bear. Strength, authority, protection and power. I always see the bear as a kind of talisman for bravery, but also if you're brave, that this is kind of, it's watching and waiting to protect you. So there is some protection in fortune favouring the brave. Okay? Leave me a comment. Let me know how that resonates. and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.